Welcome to Quick Recaps. Today we're diving into the 2018 horror movie Hellfest. From the ominous opening scene to the chilling climax, we'll take you on a detailed journey through this heart-pounding tale of a sinister Halloween-themed amusement park and a masked killer on the loose. Buckle up for a concise, gripping adventure into the world of Hellfest. Let's begin. In the eerie setting of an Orange Grove horror-themed amusement park, the story unfolds. Three friends embark on a thrilling adventure through a haunted house, seeking spine-tingling experiences. Among them, a young girl strays from her companions, unknowingly walking into the labyrinth of fear. The young girl navigates the dimly lit corridors, her heart races, and the anticipation of being frightened grows with each step. Suddenly, a masked figure emerges from the shadows, shrouded in darkness. His sinister presence sends a shiver down her spine. The masked man, with an air of malevolence, begins to hum an eerie tune as he approaches the unsuspecting girl. The tension in the air is palpable as he inches closer, his intentions veiled in mystery. He strikes swiftly, stabbing her in the stomach. With terrifying efficiency, he proceeds to suspend her lifeless form by the neck. For days, the young girl's fate remains concealed, as the patrons of the amusement park mistake her for a morbid prop, blind to the gruesome reality. 3 years later, a college student named Natalie arrives at her best friend Brooke's house. Her visit takes an unpleasant turn as she encounters Taylor, a fellow student known for her cutting remarks. However, Brooke reveals that Gavin, her crush, will also be joining them. The group, which includes Brooke's boyfriend Quinn and Taylor's boyfriend Asher, embarks on an adventure at Hellfest, a recently opened horror-themed amusement park. Their goal is simple: to immerse themselves in the macabre world of the park and confront their deepest fears. Meanwhile, unbeknownst to the group, the enigmatic killer from the past lurks in the shadows, donning a new mask, a silent harbinger of impending terror. As the night unfolds, the friends journey through the nightmarish mazes of the amusement park. They enter a haunted reform school attraction, where a terrified girl named Brittany runs into their path, pleading for refuge. The killer appears once more, his presence initially mistaken as part of the park's chilling performance. Natalie, in a misguided attempt to assist, directs the masked figure towards Brittany, unaware of the true danger. There in front of Natalie, he stabs Brittany, leaving her lifeless. Natalie remains convinced that this too is a carefully orchestrated act. The night's macabre journey continues as the friends proceed further into the park. They encounter a photo booth, where Natalie and Gavin capture memories with a few snapshots. However, the killer makes a sudden sinister appearance, stealing their photographs, shrouded in secrecy. In a tense confrontation, Brooke confronts the masked intruder but fails to apprehend him, ultimately succumbing to her fear. Amidst the growing unease, the group prepares to board a terrifying ride, with Gavin excusing himself to win a stuffed animal as a gift for Natalie. He fails and heads to a locker room to see if he can find one. In a grim twist of fate, the killer discovers Gavin in a locker room, armed with a deadly mallet. Gavin's fate takes a dark turn, as the killer smashes Gavin in the throat a couple times before ending him with a blow to the head. The killer, now in possession of Gavin's phone, responds to Natalie's text messages. Natalie embarks on the ride alone, unaware that the terror of the night is far from over. The ride suddenly breaks down, plunging her into a heart-pounding moment of dread. Her eyes lock onto what appears to be the menacing figure of the killer drawing near. When the ride finally resumes, she discovers that other masked individuals now surround her. Paranoia grips her, but ultimately she dismisses her fears as mere figments of her imagination. As the night unfolds, the group ventures deeper into the park, still oblivious to Gavin's absence. They enter a haunted maze house, with Quinn and Asher bravely navigating the most terrifying room, while the girls opt for a less harrowing path. In the dimly lit confines of the maze, the killer's presence becomes evident once more. He finds Asher and ruthlessly jams a needle into his eye. Natalie, now overwhelmed by fear, seeks solace in the restroom and reaches out to Gavin's phone, unknowingly sending a message to the killer. A chilling encounter ensues as the killer confronts her, and a distinctive tear in his boot helps her to identify him. In a harrowing attempt to break into her stall, the killer's ominous presence intensifies. Yet Natalie's quick thinking prompts her to crawl beneath the partition, leading her to summon a security guard and Brooke for help. Their frantic search proves futile, and Brooke's discovery of the photo booth pictures unravels the sinister truth. The group assembles to witness Taylor's participation in a terrifying show. She becomes the centerpiece of a gruesome act, but the executioner is none other than the killer himself. Panic ensues as Taylor is placed under the guillotine, and Natalie, in a desperate attempt to save her, is held back by security. In a horrifying moment, the guillotine falls, but a fake head tumbles out. Taylor pleads for her life, but the killer shows no mercy. He tightens the restraints and makes a second attempt to behead her, with the blade narrowly sparing her life. Taylor seizes a fleeting moment of opportunity, breaking free and escaping. As the terror-stricken Taylor flees, she stumbles upon the group, shrieking for help. The killer, relentless in his pursuit, overtakes her, stabbing her to death in front of the park's horrified patrons. Quinn, attempting to intervene, meets a similar fate, leaving the visitors to realize that they are in the presence of a genuine malevolent killer. With no safe haven in sight, Natalie and Brooke seek refuge in another haunted house. Inside, they encounter a series of terrifying illusions, triggered by the ominous glow of green lasers. The killer, relentless in his pursuit, subjects them to further horrors, slicing Brooke's leg, but she manages to get away. In a room filled with eerily masked statues, a glimmer of hope emerges, and they seize an opportunity to fight back. Natalie, summoning every ounce of courage, emerges from her hiding place and confronts the killer. From behind a wall, she jumps out, plunging a knife into the killer. With their tormentor thought vanquished, Natalie and Brooke emerge to a scene of chaos and flashing police lights as law enforcement descends upon Hellfest. However, the killer has eluded capture, leaving a chilling sense of uncertainty. The narrative takes a sinister turn as it shifts its focus to the killer, who returns to his hidden lair. Inside his shed, he preserves a chilling collection of masks, each symbolizing a nightmarish escapade. Among his possessions, haunting photographs of Natalie and Gavin serve as grim mementos. In the silence of a living room, a little girl sleeps peacefully, oblivious to the malevolence that resides within the killer. The child awakens, greeted by the masked figure, whom she affectionately addresses as father. In a macabre gesture, he presents her with a stuffed doll, a sinister keepsake from Hellfest, as darkness envelops the narrative. That wraps up our quick recap of Hellfest. We hope you enjoyed this detailed journey through the thrills and chills of the movie. If you liked what you heard, please subscribe, leave a comment, and stay tuned for more quick recaps of your favorite movies and shows.